Welcome back to the channel. There's something about a Harley that's more than metal and mechanics, it's myth, muscle, and a message to the world. And the 2026 Harley-Davidson Breakout 117. That message just got louder, meaner, and a whole lot bolder. Harley's Breakout has always been about dominating the street with style and swagger, but the new 2026 model takes that legacy and injects it with an unapologetic shot of modern aggression. With the Milwaukee 8 117 engine now standard, this beast isn't just flexing, it's ready to roar. The first thing you notice, before you even start it up, is how it sits. That long, low-slung stance is unmistakably Breakout. It still stretches out like a drag bike that escaped the strip and headed for the highway, but this time, everything's sharper. Harley's updated the tank graphics with a more sculpted logo and a subtle metallic finish that shimmers under direct light. It's understated, but intimidating. From the 21-inch gloss black front wheel to the fat 240mm rear tire, the Breakout is all about the silhouette. That long rake, those polished forks, the tucked-in LED headlamp, it's part sculpture, part Street Fighter. Now, about that engine. The Milwaukee 8 117 is no joke. 117 cubic inches, 1,923 cubic centimeters of torque-heavy muscle that lets you feel every pulse of the crankshaft deep in your chest. Harley's refined it for 2026, smoothing out the power band without softening the punch. You twist the throttle and it responds with authority. On paper, you're looking at around 125 pound-foot of torque and 103 horsepower, but numbers only tell part of the story. It's the way this engine pulls, relentlessly, confidently, with a thundering growl that's pure V-twin poetry. Whether you're launching off a light or rolling on in top gear, it delivers. Harley's also taken a big leap forward in the way the Breakout handles. Don't get us wrong. It's still a straight-line monster first and foremost, but geometry tweaks in the front end and a revised rear monoshock mean better responsiveness in corners and a more planted ride overall. The suspension soaks up the road like a cruiser should, but with less wallow and more control. It's not trying to be a sport bike, thankfully, but it feels far more precise than older Breakout models, especially under hard acceleration and braking. Speaking of braking, Harley upgraded the hardware this year. Dual-disc front brakes with 4-piston calipers now come standard, offering more stopping power to match the engine's bite. The ABS is unobtrusive but firm when needed. There's a confidence here that earlier Breakouts didn't always inspire. This is a bike that feels more dialed in across the board, like Harley finally matched the brawn with brains. Technology gets a quiet but important upgrade too. The 2026 Breakout comes with Harley's updated digital gauge cluster, a 4-inch TFT screen that replaces the old analog unit. It's clean, it's bright even in sunlight, and it gives you all the info you need: speed, gear, fuel range, clock, trip, and even Bluetooth connectivity for those who want to pair up with their phone. The handlebar controls have been refined, with more tactile buttons and a more intuitive layout. It's not overwhelming or flashy, it's just smart design, the way it should be. Riders will appreciate the ergonomic tweaks as well. The new seat is firmer and more supportive, especially over long distances. Peg placement remains forward, naturally, but the bar position has been raised slightly, making for a more commanding posture without feeling stretched. It's still very much a cruiser setup, but with less strain and more control. For taller riders, that's a game changer. The Breakout isn't just about short blasts anymore, it's ready to cover miles if you are. Aesthetically, Harley nails it. The Breakouts always walked the line between chopper cool and modern menace, and the 2026 version leans into that with surgical precision. The chrome on the pipes and engine cases has been toned down in favor of a more brushed, industrial look, which complements the darker paint schemes. Vivid black, whiskey fire, Baja orange, each paint option comes with a bit more attitude this year. The bronze-accented wheels on some trims add a custom touch without the custom shop markup. It feels premium. It feels intentional. Harley also heard the feedback on sound. The stock exhaust on the 2026 Breakout has been retuned for a deeper, throatier note that stays within regulation but hits harder off the line. It's got that low-end rumble you expect from a big twin, but now with a more pronounced bark as you climb the revs. You'll still see riders swapping them for Screamin', Eagle or aftermarket systems, but this one sounds legit right off the lot. And then there's the X factor, the way this thing makes you feel when you're riding it. The Breakout is not a bike for everyone. It's not meant to be subtle. It's a statement. When you roll up at a stoplight, people look. When you park it, people ask questions. You don't blend in. That's the point. It's about presence. You don't buy a Breakout because you need a commuter. You buy it because you want a machine that mirrors your attitude. Rebellious. Powerful. Loud in all the right ways. As for price, Harley hasn't strayed too far from expectations. The base model starts in the low $23,000s with higher trims and custom colors pushing closer to $26,000. It's a premium price, no doubt, but what you're getting is a bike that's essentially showroom custom right from the crate. And unlike some other muscle cruisers on the market, this one still has that unmistakable Harley soul baked into every weld and curve. Maintenance-wise, Harley's pushed for longer service intervals thanks to refined engineering and better components. That means more riding, less wrenching. The dealership network is strong, support is widespread, and the aftermarket scene is booming. Whether you're into bolt-ons, bar swaps, or full custom jobs, there's no shortage of ways to make the 2026 Breakout your own. In a motorcycle market that's getting more and more crowded with hyper-naked street bikes, electric experiments, and retro-modern blends, the Harley Breakout 117 stands tall as something defiantly raw. It's not pretending to be a throwback or a high-tech wunderkind. It's a muscle cruiser with drag bike DNA and just enough refinement to make it civilized if you want it to be. But really, we know you don't. At the end of the day, the 2026 Breakout isn't trying to be all things to all riders. It knows exactly what it is, and that's the beauty of it. For those who crave torque, style, and the open road under wide rear rubber, the Breakout 117 doesn't just check boxes, it blows them wide open. It's a machine built for those who ride hard, ride loud, and ride proud. And if that's you, well, this Harley's got your name written all over it.